Hello again. This is my Kerbal Space Program 1.2 Career Series, Episode 5, Part 2. This is Tyra speaking, and thank you for watching. Now, last episode, we built and tested our science rover, which we launched over here, and we collected science with it, and we drove around briefly to see how well it worked. It drove really well, but I physics warped to try to speed up time from this point to here, and one of the wheels blew up. But nonetheless, it actually benefited us because I thought I had enough science devices for 7 biomes when I really only had 6 after rewatching the video. So we needed to launch a second one anyway. We weren't going to get it all in one mission. So we'll just pretend that was a little bit of a test. So we're going to load up our science rover in the VAB this time rather than the spaceplane hangar. This is because it'll launch from the VAB, from the launch pad I mean, and everything's a lot closer to the launch pad than to the end of the runway. So here we go. Here's our SciCart 1. We are going to add on the subassembly that we built, SciPack 1. Add that in there. I'm just going to place it right on top. And just like last time, we're just going to sink it into the body a little bit. And there we go. We are going to launch out to the launch pad and start this first mission. This is our first real mission where we have to build something designed to do a specific set of tasks. So we built something designed to essentially mine the science from around KSC. So we had to think about what parts we put on and how we were going to accomplish that. Alright, so I'm going to fire this engine. We are good. We're going to have plenty of liquid fuel. There's no way we'll run out. And I'm just going to increase my throttle a little bit, get some forward movement, and start my turn. So just like in the first couple episodes, I was able to gather science from a few different locations. I already have done everything on the launch pad. That was one of the first things I did. Well, the next location is the crawlerway. If you remember, I was able to do an EVA report at the crawlerway. This guy kind of looks like he's floating from some angles. Alright, anyway, so from the crawlerway, I'm going to cut the engine and we're just going to coast in. Start applying my brakes. Alright, we are now on the crawlerway. I come to a halt. Alright, now we're going to gather our first set of science. Perfect, the mystery goos are good. Those will stay there until we recover. Okay, now we're going to do a thermometer. Perfect. And log pressure. Alright, I know I already have done an EVA report here, but I have not done a crew report. Oh, I'm going to do a crew report from the capsule. I'm going to take that, I'm going to keep that. Now I'm going to EVA and I'm going to take the crew report, take the barometer reading, and take the temperature reading. Then I'm going to board again, and that'll allow it so I can do a crew report and pressure and temperature reading again. Okay, so now let's fire up the engine a little bit more, release the brakes, and now we're heading to the VAB. Missions like this, gathering science around KSC, are really good for practicing how to harvest science in the game. So, for instance, if you were to land a rover onto Duno, what would you do with it? Do you even know what you would do with it? Well, this gives you good practice in designing rover-like vehicles and that are specifically tasked to gather science. And then later on, we'll have other things like a rover that is tasked to go gather ore, and maybe a rover that has the ability to recharge, plug in and recharge with other things or recharge other modules. We'll see. We have a lot of options in front of us once we actually start traveling. Whoa, there's a speed bump there. I didn't realize. Alright. This vehicle definitely does not enjoy taking those bumps in between biomes. Alright, we're going to observe the mystery go again. Perfect. Now, I did get an EVA here as well, but I have not gotten any of these, so it's a good stop to make. I'm going to EVA. I'm going to take all 4 data from there. I'm going to take the pressure data and the temperature data. All right, let's see. Did we EVA here? Yes. All right, and I'm going to board, put all that stuff back in. I think we should make a clockwise rotation, because I can hit this one, the R&D building, the administration building, come back around to the spaceplane hangar. Boom, boom. And then I think I'll have to do one more mission to get the mission control building. Okay. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the goo canisters from the crawlerway, because those are easier to get to. So when because I don't have enough goo canisters to get all of these biomes because of I guess the crawlerway. I didn't calculate the crawlerway, but because I don't have enough, I'm going to have to reset 2 of them so that I can use it to gather science here at the mission control building, and then I'll come back onto the crawlerway. It's just closer. All right, so like I said, let us start in our clockwise rotation. Release the brakes, start my turn. Now that I know those bumps are there, we hopefully won't destroy ourselves this time. Just going to keep going. Yeah, so in the future, we're definitely going to be building some rovers and landing them on certainly the moon, and hopefully Duna as well, and other bodies. But Duna is definitely one of the first ones, the first major missions that we are going to attempt. I think I've done this before, and I think I have to get across this line over here. Cut the engine, keep the brakes applied. Now observe mystery goo. Tracking station, not R&D building. My mistake. Okay. So we're gathering a few more bits of science here. Okay, let's EVA. I have not done an EVA report here yet. Perfect. Forgot to take a crew report. Okay. EVA one more time. Take all data. Take data from the thermometer. Take data from the pressure, and board. All right. Well, we're doing pretty well. Our rover is fairly well designed. It would have been better with a few more goo canisters, but live and learn. We've already launched this mission, and we got to finish it. So now we're heading over to the R&D building. We have enough science for 4 more biomes. So that's the R&D, that's the administration, that's the spaceplane hangar, and the mission control building. Oh, hopefully we don't hit this too hard. Oh, good, nice and smooth. All right, so I'm going to cut the throttle. Brake, I'm going way too fast. And let's get into the R&D building. Perfect. All right. All right, so we just gathered our science from the R&D building. Now let's move on over. We have to make the long trip over to the administration building because for some reason, the way the biomes worked out, the astronaut complex doesn't have its own biome. At least I haven't been able to find it. So maybe there's a specific location, and if anyone knows about it, please let me know. But we're just going to travel over. It's kind of interesting, a jet-propelled rover. Right now we don't have the technology. We have the technology to create jet engines, but we don't have the technology to create motorized wheels yet. Because those are the Kerbals. Somehow the Kerbals are able to advance modern rocketry, but can't even design basic things. Okay. Now we're over here, and I am just going to go quiet again and fast forward through this. Okay. All right, all the data from the spaceplane hangar. And here we go. Let's move on to our last destination. Off screen, I'll probably just go back and get the mystery goo from the crawlerway. That's my bad, but that'll just take me 2 seconds to launch this again and just go collect mystery goo. So there's no point in you seeing that. But this mission is about to come to a close. Thank you for watching. Like I said, it's good in the early stages of this game to go through and try to get as much science as possible. The more you unlock, then the more more efficient you can be gathering science later. Like I said, when you go to orbit, there's an opportunity there for you to gather a lot of science, but if you don't have it unlocked, then you won't be able to gather it. So here we go. We're coming to a. Oh boy, brakes are gonna stop. Whew. I guess I waited a little bit too long to brake there. Well, thank you for watching. I am just going to finish this up and then recover the vehicle. And we will be done with this episode. And next episode, I will unlock some of the research nodes, some new ones, and we will start making our way to the stars. All right, one more thing here. EVA report. I want to take this data. And I want to take all the data from before, board, and put it back in. All right. So we have gone through, and with the science that we have gathered now, or that we've researched now, we have completed the runway, or the launch pad. We've completed the runway. We've completed the spaceplane hangar. We've completed the VAB, tracking station, R&D building, and the administration building, and mission control. We just haven't completed the crawlerway until we get those 2 mystery goo readings, which, like I said, I will do off screen. And thank you very much for watching. This is a good early stage rover, and we have a good science pack that we can attach to it. So maybe we'll get this to the moon or something someday, but we'll have to get some motorized wheels first that run on electricity, because obviously there's no atmosphere on the moon, so this jet engine wouldn't work. But odds are we'll end up making an entirely new set of rovers for our missions later on. This is Tyrus Simon. Thank you for watching episode 5, part 2. The sidecart missions. So tune in next time. I'm going to start off researching some nodes, and then we're going to start launching some bigger rockets into the sky. Have a great day.